G'day cunts, I'm CharmingFella93. I'm CharmingMan93's cousin. Now, I'm from Australia, if you can't tell from the accent, and he's out somewhere, I don't know, probably getting a drink or some kind of snack. God damn it, that cunt, he's lazy sometimes. So anyway, you're stuck with me. I'm here visiting from Sydney. You know, I'm originally from Tasmania. Yeah, Tasmania, not the same place where that person comes from. The actual island, right? Anyway, he told me about this news about some other Aussie from Kotaku, Australia, called Mark Serrels. And I'm going to talk about that because he can't be old. Now, the backstory is very, very simple. Now, it's kind of a very short story in a sort of way. Basically, there was this man who was about to go and visit Kotaku in action. So, this man who was going to visit Kotaku in action, he was going to discuss about things like he was going to have an AMA with them. And he gave it to the people. The social justice warrior people. And this is where Mark Serrels comes into it. Basically, there was this long-winded conversation of bullshit, and then eventually Mark Serrels comes up with this absolute gem. If you thought that social justice warriors could be more ironic, then Alanis Morissette couldn't sing it for you. Because hang on to your buckles. This is gonna wrestle your jimmies. And this is what the cunt said. I've heard loads of different things though. I've heard women tell me that every time we talk to them about them, women suffer. Oh, will somebody please think of the Sheilas? Oh, your heart is so out for them. Your heart is so for them. Oh, if only we could feel their pain. It's like when Bono said every time a person claps his hands, or when every time Bono claps his hands, a child in Africa dies. And this is in Scotland, and out in the audience, this person, this very brilliant and timely comedic person said, "Then stop clapping your hands then, cunt." Right, where was I? Ah, yes. That makes me want to do the oxygen depth thing. What the hell is an oxygen depth thing? Can you even spell? Do you even speak English? God damn it, I'm afraid to even call myself a fellow Oz. Who are you? Can't you speak your mother tongue? That really hit me. Actually, to the point it didn't want to address it. At all. So, why are you addressing it now? If you didn't want to address it, why are you doing it now? And then why do you make such big language later on? This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I've also been told that men can't keep quiet. Well, that's weird because you feminists are always telling men to keep quiet, let the women do the talking. Because apparently men can't talk about women's rights. Hell, they can't even talk about men's rights. So I've tried the talking thing as well. I'm at the point where I just don't really know how to approach it. Well, you certainly find an approach later. But if you really don't know how to approach it, don't approach it at all. Don't give us all this crap on Facebook, embarrassing yourself in front of millions of people. You think the personal is political. Well, in this day and age, so is Facebook. And it's public too. The personal is public, the political is public. This is the 21st century. You better get used to it. You're supposed to be a journalist. Speaking of journalists, projection is coming right around the corner. I just don't engage. Well, you are right now. You're engaging us, or rather you're engaging your little hug box. You're engaging the hug box so you can have a little fap in the circle, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, you don't engage, you are engaging. You're just not engaging with us, personally. They're desperate for some legitimacy. I just try and deny them that. Really? Well, that's funny. Because the last time I checked, it was your publication that had no more legitimacy. You lost all that legitimacy. You're as legit as Michael Jackson's kid. But it's such a massive grey area. Is that like your balls? Oh wait, you don't have any balls. You're a male feminist. The truth is, they're like fucking cockroaches. Well, I'll fucking be. Well, if we're like cockroaches, what does that make you? Because last time I checked, cockroaches could survive a nuclear war and they're evolving to not be stamped on. And speaking of which, you tried to stamp on us and we bit back. You do realise that you're not supposed to tread on a snake, right? Get over it. You aren't fooling anyone. I feel like their impact has been reduced and they've lost all legitimacy. But that's just my own perspective. Well, your perspective is shrouded, it's small, you can't see the full picture, and you're projecting. It's funny. There's only one group of people, there's only one group of organisations that have done what you're describing. And that is you. Enough said. Now, basically, you thought he could have ended it here, but he didn't. Because that's not even the juicy bits. The cockroaches bit was only the slight little layer of nice bits. You've got to wait until another layer arrives where it tastes scrumptious. And this is this bit. After Sam, Sheila talked. I could never tell whether or not she was talking to Serrels or talking to the actual poster, because this is, after all, a status. So, he says, really? I just want to fight him. You want to fight him? You want to fight Gamergators? Well, let's take a look at you. You look like a scrawny koala. I could take you. And I'm just as skinny, if not more. I mean, if you're so tough, why don't you come over to Sydney? I don't know where you live in Australia. Come over and fight me. Hell, why don't you just come over here on some kind of supersonic plane? You'll get here in less than 12 hours and we can have a good fight. Russell Crowe it, even though he's a Kiwi. But you Americans won't know the difference anyway. You're supposed to be the stupid majority of Charming Man's bloody audience anyway, so you won't understand the difference. Apart from the fact they say Deck is dick. We see this time and time again. We've got Sam Biddle, we have others, always trying to pick a fight with Gamergators. I mean, he's only trying to fight them because for some reason he thinks that we're cockroaches. So that he can fight us. These people have such huge egos. They seem to think that they can fight anyone just because they're in a, gosh, position of privilege. That they're journalists. That they're fighting a good fight for women, for feminism. As if the feminism makes them bigger men. Well, I'd like to see him try those 3 rounds with Mike Cernovich. It might be an interesting spectacle. Now, I'm not going to bore you with anything else. I'm just giving you my opinion. If it's up to me, if it was really up to me, I would seriously pick a fight with him right now. Because I'm that type of person. I'm a fighter. Yeah. Now, I think Charming Man's just about to arrive soon, so I've got to end this and edit it. I told you he was lazy. Anyway, this has been CharmingFella93. Like and share the video, subscribe to Charming Man's channel, and I'll see y'all later.